Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing
Basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins, and Bill Flitter.
All right, welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. Coach. Two cups of coffee in. So I am ready to go.
I maybe have to get up and get my...
You
know where I bought this mug? Do you remember where I bought this mug? See that mug? I'm holding up my mug. It's a black mug with a big orange basketball.
You bought it in Wisconsin.
I did at a thrift store. Just happened to see it in there. It was the only mug, and I'm like, it was $1. I'm like, yeah, get that mug.
This mug cost me like $100,000. Not quite.
Explain what that mug is for our listeners.
I'm holding up a Middlebury mug. My son goes to Middlebury College. So anyway,
my son brought home a cap for me from his school, and I said the same. What is that? $40,000 a year. That hat cost me $40,000 right there.
Hey, I forgot. You sent me a picture of your family from the wedding. You have a good-looking family. You got to thank your wife for that. Like they're sharp. Like
it's all her, 100%.
I know. And
I definitely married up.
And you had were you like in the wedding? Were you in the wedding party?
I was in the wedding. Yeah, okay. I was in the wedding party. Yeah.
Because you had kind of a unique outfit on a little bit. Yeah, because I was wearing a tux without a jacket. They didn't have jackets, which was kind of cool. It was nice. They said the vest. Yeah. I'm my niece is getting married outside of Napa in Salida.
Really?
Anyway, in June or something.
Sausalito or Saratoga?
No, it's not Saratoga. It's out in outside of Napa, I think. No, in Colorado. She's getting married in Colorado. It's outside of Breckenridge. It's like 30 minutes hour. Anyway, doesn't matter. And we were supposed to wear a specific kind of like cowboy tie or something, whatever those are called.
Oh yeah, with the
I don't know. They have a specific name, so it's like, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
Yeah. So, anyway, excited about that. All right, so we're talking about. Oh, first of all, big shout out to GC GameChanger. We like GameChanger. I know.
Coaches, check out GameChanger. Go to gc.com/coaching youth hoops. If you are in need of an app to film your games, track stats, provide feedback to your players. This is a great learning tool, gc.com/coaching youth hoops, that you can use to boost your players' IQ. You can annotate video, show them back what coach, I did this. Well, no, here's the film. Film don't lie.
No, you didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
All right. And so today we're talking about kind of practice a little bit, and getting more done in practice. You know, you can always go over to Coaching Youth Hoops if you're looking for practice plans, right, Coach? Before we dive
Yeah,
into it.
absolutely. Go to coachingyouthhoops.com and find a practice plan that fits your age, the age that you're coaching. And we have a variety of different drills. Well, I should talk, the practice plans come with a variety of different drills and videos and explanations, constraints built in. So you're spending less time teaching and more time having the kids play. So check it out at Coaching Youth Hoops, all kinds of resources over there.
Okay, so
But yeah,
this was
getting more done in practice. Oh,
yes.
sorry, coach. I was going to say this came up a lot. I think this is a huge struggle for youth coaches. They have the feedback that I got and the struggle that they were sharing with me was we have one practice and then our first game, or we only have two practices a week that are 60 minutes, or we have one practice that are 90 minutes. Basically, it comes down to we have limited practice time. How are we supposed to get everything in that these kids need? And the short answer, you won't. I mean, and you just gotta, and it's so frustrating. I've been there, I'm there today. The kids need so much work. A lot of them are not, they're not spending time on their own learning those skills. So what do you do? How do you get more done in practice?
It's a great question, Coach. It is, because it's like there is I think using you got to think of it in terms of a piece of pie, right? Practice is a
Hmm.
piece of pie and you have 100%. There's my hearts again.
Hmm.
And how do you break that up? Like, what part of that is game based? What part of that is fundamental based? What part of that is full court based? What part of that is shooting specific skill based? I mean, I think
Hmm.
those are important things to really dive into in terms of your specific team, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. So the way I think about that is I divide the practice up into, we have a warm up, and depends how much time I'm spending is, how long I have 90-minute practices 2 times a week. So I have my warm up. I have I then I this is where okay, what do we need more work on? Offense or defense, transition to offense, transition to defense. I'll put that next. But basically, the structure is this: it's skill work in the beginning, or it's warm up, and then some skill work. Whatever skill we need to work on, or skills that I feel that our team really needs. If it's rebounding specific, shooting specific, footwork, ball handling, then we go into offense, transition to offense,
Okay.
transition to defense, and then the scrimmage. And that's how we lay the practice plan out. So I know that, okay, every aspect of the game at least is going to be covered in my 90-minute practice. Is it going to be perfect? No. Are they going to execute perfectly? Nope. But I have it covered. They got a little bit better today. But I do prioritize what does my team need now? Think about it, the acronym, right? Win. What's important now? That right and
That.
focus there.
I know you
Yeah,
love acronym. You love those.
I do. It's just what I think, and I can
And how
say
did
it
you
really
come up
quickly
with that
without saying.
window of how to break practice down? How did you do that? Because
I
sometimes I'll
think I
do it in
got that from
terms, huh?
I got that from you.
You did.
Well, because you broke the game down that way, and I'm like, oh, wait a second. You're either in one of those stages of offense, defense, transition to offense, transition to defense,
Right. And
transition to
most
offense.
people only
So
work on two stages.
offense and defense.
They do. They don't work on the transition to the other team. I
Yeah,
think
we're going
that's
to
been one of
transition.
my
Yeah.
secret sauces over the years is you got to work on that transition, those other two transitions. And some coaches only work on those.
Well,
You never do
some
anything.
code. I always complain about this is the transition or their defense, right? Full court defense, right?
Right.
So that's transition. That's still with that. Yeah, that would be considered transition to defense. I was thinking through that. That because they just want to win the game and they're not focused on getting the kids better. They're just focused on the win. So they do full court press all the time. So they'll spend a lot more time on there, and their press is their offense. And don't get me on my soapbox on that one.
Right.
Uh, but if you break the game down that way and then divide it up into minutes, and minutes can be equal minutes. I'm going to spend 10 minutes or 20 minutes on each of those blocks. Obviously, they can be a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on how much time you have and what your needs are. But if you kind of go through that and have this structure, it's going to make your life a lot easier, and you're going to have, again, I struggled with that when I didn't have a plan, when I didn't have a good structure or framework for practice. I always felt like, oh, I didn't do this and I didn't do that. And, at least I'm attempting to fill those gaps in.
Right. Right. And I try to change things up too sometimes with practice as far as the breakup. I sometimes try to do it in terms of a game. If you play 4 quarters, I'll break it up literally into quarters.
Another good structure.
We play half. I just try to give variety, variety in drills, but also variety in, kind of how we break it. So I'll I've done it where they get 5 timeouts, 3 30s and 2 fulls. And they can call them whenever they want. I let them call them if they need a break. Yeah. And we'll literally go in the locker room at halftime. And it's like, okay, here's the first half of practice. What went well? What didn't go well? What do we have to adjust? Blah, blah, blah. And I won't stay in there for 10 minutes like a normal halftime or 8 minutes, but I'll sit in there for 4 or 5 and go, well, I think we're doing this well. We're not really helping here. So it also allows me to do some teaching. We'll do some quick teaching in between quarters. So it's just another structure, another way of kind of getting more done, because it's giving you some variety as far as that goes. Another thought as far as things to think about.
And if you go back to our previous podcast talking about how to keep players engaged, this is really important too, because you're going to, the more you discipline, right, the more you have to stop practice because of behavior issues, the more or the less you're going to get done. So go back and listen to that particular episode as well, because it's talking about keeping practice moving, talking less, mix of instructions and play, less lines, right? All of that stuff is part of getting more done in practice.
Yeah. I mean, it's just on a regular basis. You just got to do it more on a regular basis. All right. Anything else, Coach?
Well, and I think the big takeaways here is, yes, you are limited in time, right? And I'm sure, you have practiced 6 days a week for an hour and a half, and you still run out of time, right? So,
on a regular basis,
all relative.
Yeah.
So, a youth coach, 2 practices, max probably per week. Maybe if you're lucky, you have an hour and a half. I know a lot of listeners only have an hour, but just have a structure going into practice. Focus on what your team absolutely needs and make sure that is covered. And when you're practicing offense, you can also be practicing defense. When you're practicing, you should offense, you're practicing ball handling. So overlap on skills that you're teaching and you're focused on, so that you're working on both sides of the ball, or you're working on more skill work as well. So that will help you get more done in practice.
And where can they find good practice plans, Coach?
CoachingYouthHoops.com.
Yes, go over and check it out. CoachingYouthHoops.com. It keeps the lights on,
Appreciate you, Coach.
We do. All right. We appreciate all of you. Till next week, Coach.
Till next week.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Stop by Sherwin-Williams and get 30% off select paints and stains May 2nd through the 12th. It's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Refresh your home inside and out with colors that make every space feel brand new. From cozy interiors to stunning exteriors, we've got the perfect shade for your next project. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.